How much do you do a month in your business?
Around 300K.
300K a month. Pretty fucking awesome. What made you believe that you could even like build a business online and become successful?
I feel like I've always had a really great belief in myself and anything I do.
That is the fucking perfect answer. It's the mindset. What were you doing before e-commerce, before this business?
Just customer service at a call center, getting paid like $10 an hour. Nothing crazy. Honestly, that's really all I did.
What made you go all in on e-commerce? Like, was it an event in your life? Was it something, a video? Like, what made you go on?
Everything I do, I go all in, literally. So in e-commerce, I know it's real. I did see your success, so I knew it was real.
How did your first sale feel?
So literally one of the first high ticket sales was literally like 11,000, which was crazy.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this video. And in this video, we're gonna be interviewing my good friend, Kenny, top OG student of High Ticket Elites, who now does over, how much do you do a month in your business?
Around 300K.
300K a month. Pretty fucking awesome. So I'm gonna introduce myself real quick. Actually, no, I want you to introduce yourself, Kenny.
Yes. My name is Kenny, or Kenneth. I've been in e-com for about 2.5 years now. I started with ASIN back in 22, I think. Late 22. End of 21, my bad.
3.5 years.
But I really started in 22,
Successful.
if that makes sense.
Yep.
But yeah.
Okay, now tell them where you're from.
Okay.
Yeah, tell them where you're from, how old are you, et cetera, et cetera.
Cool. I am 23 years old, about to be 24 this year. I am from El Paso. We're literally in El Paso right now. And yeah, man.
There is, there's my boy Kenny. So Kenny, he's from El Paso, Texas, which is actually my first ever duty station that I was stationed at as a military soldier. And the only reason I'm here again is because my whole wife's family is here. And I was like, oh shit, if I'm here, I need to talk to my boy. My top student's here, right? So you guys don't know who I am. My name is Asen, 26-year-old, just Army veteran, e-commerce entrepreneur, serial entrepreneur really at this point. And I've been in e-commerce since literally I started e-commerce in 2018, unsuccessfully up until about 2020, the end of 2020, going into 2021. I mean, most of you guys know, made my first 7 figures in sales while I was serving in the military. And yeah, I mean, since then, we've just been fucking learning and growing and helping people like this actually achieve their full potential, bro. This guy's a beast now. It's a fucking beast. I'm hype. But yeah, we got some pretty good questions for you guys that we're going to ask Kenny today. These are questions that are going to be really valuable and informative for really whatever stage you're at in your e-commerce journey, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, even an expert doing 100K a month already. Hopefully, again, these questions really show you guys what it's like to be a real business owner, what it's like to develop as an entrepreneur, and show you guys that this is actually real, right? This isn't like some sort of game. It isn't, that drop shipping side hustle that most people kind of paint this out to be. It's actual business, right? But it's fun in the end, as you can see, because look at where it's got us both.
Yeah.
On a video that y'all are watching, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's get to it, bro. So first question, right? Which is honestly a really, really great one. What made you believe that you could even like build a business online and become successful, bro?
I think it all started literally, I would say in general, I feel like I've always had a really great belief in myself and anything I do. In high school, I did play a lot of basketball, and in general, anything I did, I always did anything I could just to be the best version I could in whatever I did. So like basketball wise, I always, would work out at 5 a.m, work out even late at night, probably like 11 at night even. So I did literally anything I could to just be better. And I feel like it all translated into anything I wanted to do, which obviously I'm in e-com. So even now, even though I guess you could say I'm successful doing, what I'm doing, but I still stay up late, do a lot of the work that probably people wouldn't do. So it all translated over, and I've always had a mindset of just wanting to be the best at anything I did. So yeah.
Sir, see, and that is the fucking perfect answer. It's the mindset. It literally, he just said that it all started in the way he is as a person. His mindset is when he starts something, he's going to be the fucking best. And that's what this shit takes. If you don't have the mindset that you're going to start a business and you're going to do everything you possibly can at every single moment to become successful and make it to where you want to be, there's a very low chance you're going to make it. So that answer is a perfect answer. And that's kind of how you all should be thinking of e-commerce, really any business in general that you start. You're going to go in and you're going to do your absolute best all the time. Everything else is a fucking excuse. So that's what I'm talking about, bro. Good shit. All right. So what were you doing before e-commerce, before this business? Like what were you doing? Cha-ching. I don't know if y'all heard that.
But before ecom, I had a simple job. It was just customer service at a call center, getting paid like $10 an hour. Nothing crazy, honestly. That's really all I did. But I knew already in general that I always wanted to have a business. So I was pretty much working to save up to start a business. But really, that's literally all I was doing. I worked at a job, I would say, for maybe 2 years. No, maybe less. Maybe like a year and a half. Almost 2 years. But yeah, it did start up my business for sure.
Say less. Okay, yeah. So just like everybody else, he was working. Just like you're probably watching this video, working. So listen, everyone starts at ground zero. Don't think that fucking we have some sort of crazy secret key that somebody just gave us the unlock in the very beginning. You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to get money. You're gonna have to have a job. You're gonna have to build funds to start a business, as everywhere else, right? Good shit, bro. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't know if you guys heard, but Kenny got a cha-ching through his phone. Could you? They could. Yeah. Could you show? What could you show them right now? That could. Just show them the dash. Cover the store name, if you can.
Ooh, I'll cover the numbers, bro.
Or even on the dash on the app. So Kenny got a sale literally while answering y'all's question.
Yes, sir.
How big was it?
$900.
$900 while sitting here doing nothing, vibing on a Sunday.
Not gonna lie, man, that service is trash.
Service is trash. You're good. We'll clip it in. We'll clip it in. Bet. Good. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Okay, so what made you go all in on e-commerce? Like, was it an event in your life? Was it something, a video? Like, what made you go all in?
In general, I went all in. Again, anything I do, I go all in, literally. So in e-commerce, I know it's real. I knew it was a real thing. In general, I did see your success, so I knew it was real, not that it was like fake or anything like that. So honestly, I just went all in, and obviously, it worked, literally. It's not fake. So yeah, I went all in. Obviously, I'm never gonna look back again. But honestly, anybody that wants to do anything, you should go all in. Literally, you'll get the results you'll get really wouldn't be the best if you didn't go all in.
Exactly. I like that. And you see how he's really like fucking straightforward. He didn't just, oh, well, this happened and that happened and this, and then I asked a bunch of questions. It's very simple for Kenny. He saw that it worked. He saw that the results were actually real. So he decided to do it. Plain and simple. Most people are over here overthinking for fucking days and weeks and months if they should start one thing. When Kenny saw it and immediately was like, all right, all in, let's go. Okay, and it's the action and the speed to execution that makes real successful business owners. I'm telling y'all, the people who move fucking slow, the truth is you don't really have a chance. If you're
Success loves speed.
Say it again.
Success loves speed.
Exactly. Success loves speed. If you move slow, you might as well you go on a lot of runs. You need to get faster. Because the truth is, bro, this shit is not for slow people. It's just the truth. It's going to take you fucking years. If you're slow, it's going to take you years. Get fast, okay? Good answer. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Okay, so how did your first sale feel? First high-ticket sale, not the small one, the big one.
Sheesh. So literally one of the first like high-ticket sales was literally like 11,000, which was crazy.
I remember you texting me that.
Yeah.
I remember you showing me that.
Yeah. But like literally first sale, honestly, it was like $80. But hey, sale's a sale. I was really happy. Literally, I was with my girlfriend in Dallas, and I woke up to like a cha-ching.
Right there, by the way.
She is right there. You guys just can't see her. But yeah, it was literally $80. But I mean, first high ticket sale was like around 11,000. Yeah, I was going crazy, literally.
Surreal, huh?
Yeah. Literally, once you get your first sale, it's like it's an addiction.
It
literally.
Everything, huh?
Yeah, I love hearing that cha-ching sound every day. So yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, that first sale is surreal. Has there been a time where you felt the same way as your first sale?
Honestly, I feel that way every day. Like it doesn't matter. At least for me, the love hasn't like left for like hearing that sound, or just in general getting a sale. It makes me happy. It just reminds me of like what I actually set out to do and that I'm actually doing it.
Yes, sir. That's really good. And the reason I asked him that is because for most people, including me, that shit got very normal. And it's not a good thing to normalize things that aren't really normal.
It does get normal. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I still love it, if that makes sense.
Exactly. And no, that's honest. That's a great fucking answer, bro. I'll be real. For me, there hasn't really been much that's recreated the first sale feeling. Maybe hitting like 7 figures was kind of the only time. But even then, I was like, all right, I got more work to do, bro. We got a lot of work to do. Because if we can make 1 million, we got to make fucking 10.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Haven't hit that yet.
Yep. I know, me either, bro. We fucking will. Don't worry. All right. So so now let's actually get into it. Okay. So what's the number one difference between this business model that we run versus the traditional way of doing dropshipping / e-commerce?
I would say, of course, it's high ticket. That's probably the major difference. But we're selling products that are already that are already wanted by people. They already have demand. That there's really no testing that has to be done. Just off basic searches like on Google and such. We have tools that do show you all that kind of analytics and data. So I would say literally like we're already selling products that are already wanted and have a demand by people. As to like traditional drop shipping, you have to test it, see if there's an actual market for it. That's really what I think, honestly.
Yes, sir.
But yeah.
Bet. Yeah. So again, just exactly how you explained. Main difference is we sell expensive products that are worth thousands of dollars each, typically, right? Products like saunas, wine coolers, kayaks, pergolas, pool tables, et cetera, and they come from a brand name company. Our suppliers is the actual company that's manufactured and built up their company and their products themselves, right? And then, like you said, did you mention the way our stores are built, how they look?
Yes, they are professional. No,
Boom.
I did not, but they are professional.
Say it. Mention it to them.
So in general, our websites are like more like department stores that look very, very professional. So in general, it's called like the authorized dealer kind of like method, if that makes sense. So like we're literally authorized by these brands to sell. So we do need to present ourselves as very professionally. As compared to a regular dropshipping store, we might be perceived as like scammy, but we have to present ourselves again with like a level of professionalism that not many could really do.
Yeah. Big facts, exactly. The best way to get a real picture in your head of what our stores look like is literally just go to Best Buy or Wayfair.com right now. That is exactly how our stores look. All right, so next question. And I think this is gonna help a lot of people, what was the hardest thing for you to understand or accept when you first started? Like the hardest thing to understand or accept, or maybe even a concept that you thought was true about this, but wasn't fucking true at all.
I personally would say that probably the hardest thing to accept, I would say it takes time for sure. It's not like I would say one thing low ticket does have is that you do explode right away if you do find success, or you can. But like with high ticket, from my experience, it does take time. Because yes, we are authorized dealers and people are searching for the brands and products that we do offer, but we're not the only one. There could be hundreds, there could be, maybe even thousands, but there are lots of other stores in general that do sell those products that we do have to compete against. However, of course, there's better ways to, increase our conversion rates and all that. But aside from that, I would say another thing I had to accept was probably learning curves within like advertising, marketing. That's just something that takes time to learn. And you don't just learn within like a week or even a month. It probably takes like a year or two that you do have to learn, but it's skills that you'll forever know once you learn it. So.
Good. So I love that he just said this shit, because this is what most of y'all mess up at. You guys think that you guys are gonna fucking change your whole damn life in 6 months. You think you're somehow, I'm sorry guys, and I'm the culprit of this too. I thought the same way. Very normal, very normal. Every beginner thinks this. But the truth is that e-commerce is an actual business and it's actual skills. To learn how to choose products, that's a skill in itself. To learn how to acquire brand name suppliers, that's a skill in itself. To learn how to design a website at the 7-figure level that can resemble Best Buy and Wayfair, that's a skill in itself. To learn how to run Google ads at a high level, profitably, consistently, month after month, year after year, that's a skill in itself. So what people don't realize is that running this business is actually learning real, genuine skills. But luckily for us, we learn this skill once, and we can make money for the rest of our fucking lives. So here's what the disconnect that I don't understand. People are willing to go to a specific form of education in XYZ to work for the rest of their lives, but take the time to learn skills that would take us about 1 to 2 years to be free and make money online for the rest of our lives. So listen guys, no matter what you do in life that's gonna make you successful, whether you wanna go be a doctor, an engineer, whether you wanna be in real estate, whether you wanna be in social media marketing, that shit's gonna take time. There is no skipping the learning curve. There is no skipping the time that it takes to develop as a human and as an entrepreneur to get to the life that you want to be. So yes, again, that was a great answer, bro. He mentioned time. A lot of people don't think, they think they can skip levels in life. You can't. You're going to have to put in your time. And guess what? When you're putting in the time, it's actually going to result in you becoming free. So it's not like you're wasting your time. A lot of people feel like when they start businesses too, that, oh, I got to put a year, 2 years in. You guys aren't just fucking losing your time. You're literally learning skills that will take you for the rest of your life. So great misconception, bro. It takes time. But guess what? Then you get the rest of your time free to fucking make videos like us on a Sunday and shit, talking to y'all about how we did it. Yeah. Let's fucking go, bro. So I'm talking about. Now let's get into some nitty gritty. So what was your biggest L or failure, and how did you bounce back? Say yours, and then I'll say mine too.
For sure. I would say my biggest L, and honestly, everybody, it'll happen. Not that it'll happen to everyone, but everybody will definitely, have an L, whatever you consider an L. But my first business, in general, it is very important to keep track of your P&L, meaning profit and loss, or numbers, whatever you want to call it. Make sure you know what's coming in, what's coming out, and whether you're overpaying yourself in the beginning, which is what I did, honestly. And that did honestly end up making me have to sell my first business. But, I did learn, and now I know, obviously. Now I have an accountant, so it's very important. So, yeah, I would say that's probably that was my biggest L. There's honestly a lot, but that was my biggest L for sure.
That's good. All right, so we cut off where our biggest L's and how we overcame them, right? So he mentioned his. Now let's talk about mine. My biggest L is kind of literally in the same sphere as him, and you guys are gonna realize too, as entrepreneurs, as you guys start your journey, scale your first business, second, whatever it is, you make your first couple fucking M's. Every single beginner entrepreneur, they typically have not a fall, but everyone makes fucking mistakes, bro. Literally every single business owner will make these mistakes if they think they can do it all themselves. And I was a culprit of that. I thought I could do everything by myself, the fucking accounting, the taxing, the managing the humans, the virtual assistants, the everything, and you will find out through your experience that you can't. So same thing as me, I overpaid myself. I wasn't doing my numbers correctly in the very beginning. I wasn't kind of keeping perfect track over orders, so I had, not fully as a fault of my own, because this was during COVID when there was a large back order, you could say, for the supplier issues. Yeah, so there's a large supply chain issue in the suppliers that we work with. So I had like multiple six figures in back orders. I wasn't really, I wasn't tracking my numbers in full. I was overpaying myself. One time I lost $30,000 overnight because I was fucking dumb. I was just like, I literally lost the connection to what money is. It kind of didn't play an importance to me anymore. When you start making fucking 10K days and you're making 4 figures in profit daily, that's how it starts to feel. But for me, I just put money in crypto one day. Sorry, not one day. It was like during the crypto summer. Let's just put it like that. Shitcoin season, y'all know. And I was like, I made a lot of money during shitcoin season. I think I made like 60K within my first month or two. And I was like, you know what? Let's throw this into long-term investments. Solid plan, but not solid execution. I decided to put them on 3x leverage. And while I was sleeping, Elon Musk talked shit about Bitcoin while I was fucking sleeping, 3 a.m. And China banned crypto for the 9th time, because they fucking ban it all the time. And then they fucking unban it and they buy a bunch, right? So those two actually made me wake up to a bunch of emails that said liquidated. I was fucking liquidated. And it was like 7,600 liquidated, 3,000 liquidated, 10,000. I lost 30K overnight. Did I get mad? Was it insane to me? Honestly, no. I kind of was like, I'm blessed enough to be able to make money like this. What the fuck am I going to do right now, crashing out and getting all emotional and shit? It's not really going to do anything for me. Let's just figure out what we did wrong and never do it again. So we did that. We figured out what we did wrong and we never did that shit again. So as an entrepreneur, you have to learn from your mistakes. You can't just make mistakes and just continue. You got to make the mistake, feel that shit, analyze it, put in a system in place so that it never happens again. So that it never happens again, guys. Very important. Put a system in place so it never happens again. Like Kenny's done with an accountant now, like I've done with an accountant for my education business and everything else that we run. You just live and learn from your mistakes. The number one advice I could give you guys is you guys aren't going to go through anything that any other entrepreneur hasn't gone through. We've literally all made mistakes. Even the ones at the highest of levels. The ones at the highest of levels actually made the most mistakes. That's why they're there. Like the people that you see who've exited businesses for tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, if they're outspoken on social media, they'll be the first ones to tell you that the only reason that they succeeded is because they fucking failed more times than most people will even try. Okay, so don't ever view mistakes or failure as a negative. It's actually it's an obligation that you have mistakes and failures along your journey for you to get to that million, 10 million, 100 million. You're not going to get there if you don't fail and make mistakes. That it literally is the game. You will fail forward. Do you agree with me or no?
I do agree.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, next question. So let's get into some deep stuff. All right, so after the next few questions, I'm going to go into probably what a lot of you guys want to hear, which is, kind of the products, suppliers, site, ads, customer service, the deep nitty gritty of e-commerce. But right before we get into that, how would you say mentorship has played a role in your success as an e-commerce entrepreneur?
In general, I would say e-commerce for sure. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Mentorship in general is very important. It'll just help you with, I would say, with like the learning curve and all that in the very beginning. Of course, there's still going to be some kinks and stuff you have to straighten out, in a sense of like, you're still going to learn stuff that probably you won't learn in mentorship or with a mentor. You might just have to go through yourself. But in general, there's a lot of, again, a huge, you'll cut the learning curve by a lot, simply by getting the blueprint, or in general, going through, let's say the mistakes your mentor went through. They'll help you out in a sense of like telling you, oh, don't do this because I went through that, stuff like that, just for an example. But I would say for me personally, ASIN definitely helped me out in the beginning, for sure. At this point, definitely I've learned, I would say, enough to even say I could possibly even mentor some people. But obviously you're still always going to be learning. In general, you could always find mentorship even after learning from your initial mentor. Yep. But yeah, in general, you're never going to stop learning. It's very important.
Exactly. So would you say, me as your mentor, I cut your learning curve immensely? Would you, because I know for a fact, guys, Kenny is the type of person, he has a personality trait where I know he would have gotten successful no matter what. Would it have been in the same time frame without me? Probably not. Probably would have took him a lot more, right? A lot longer. But I'm a firm believer in people who find success as business owners or entrepreneurs. They were going to do that shit anyways. They just kind of needed to figure out in what avenue it was. So would you say that I cut your learning curve pretty exponentially? How did you could say, directly affect, I guess, the beginning of your success? Because just like he said, he's at the point now where he knows the shit like the back of his hand, as he should. We didn't give him all this information for him not to get this way. We wanted him to become this.
Yeah, I would say for sure with a mentor, your decision making will be much sharper. You now have educated guesses into what you could do next, as well as maybe you'll come up with a game plan as what to do next as well for your business. So I would say that definitely helped me out, because that's something we did go over. And then not just that, obviously you understand like what's dumb to do, or like, maybe you might do something dumb with your ads or something. Yep. Obviously you'll get seen, or you'll figure out that that's probably not something you should do. But yeah, I would say it'll definitely help out your decision making. At least with me and ASIN, it definitely helped me out, and just help you move forward much faster. Yep. So yeah,
big facts. That's what I'm talking about. So it's the speed, man. Mentorship brings you speed. You don't have to guess anymore. We're telling you exactly what to do, when you should do it. A real mentor shows you where to look. They're not doing things for you. I never did anything for Kenny. I just showed Kenny exactly where to look at each step of the way. This is where you need to look for products. This is where you need to look for suppliers. This is where you need to look to learn how to design your store. Of course, I taught him how to design the site from 0 to 100, so he learned the site design from me. This is exactly what you need to look in order to run profitable ads, and this is what proper customer service looks like. A mentor is going to show you where to look and show you how to get to the results you want. They're not going to do it for you. And that's why Kenny is where he's at today, doing $300K a month, is because I didn't do anything for him. I put him through the exact process that I went through, except that he didn't have to go through majority of the bullshit that I went through. He didn't have to go through learning all of it alone, taking guesses, and taking the years that it actually takes to become a successful business owner, and getting what it is, the blueprint that you need to find success. Instead, he got it delivered to him, and he got his first fucking $11,000 sale. When was this? This was like a month after you launched?
No, it was actually a few months, because I had a Google ban.
Absolutely. So he had some GMC problems, very normal. And immediately after his GMC problems went down, first sale, 11K. Right? So Kenny got his first result within a few months of working with me. And then he made his, I think it was like $500,000 in sales your first year?
My first year.
Boom. So $500,000 in his first year. His first year of active business. This amount of results at this speed can only happen, guys, if you're getting mentorship. I'm just going to be very real with you. There's a very low chance you go from 0 to $500,000 in sales in any business model by yourself. And that's just the reality of it. So Fuck yeah, man. That's good answer, bro. What do your friends or family say now versus when you first started?
Okay. Honestly, I would obviously it's different for everyone, but I would say in general, my family actually was very supportive in the beginning, so which is great. I understand there's probably some people who are maybe they're not as supportive or they want you to go to school, which I did honestly drop out of school within my first like 2 weeks. Literally. Yeah. But yeah, they were very supportive. Obviously I did the work, but they still wanted me to go to school, of course. You know, they obviously want what's best for me, stuff like that. But from then to now, obviously they know it's, you know, what I do is real. And honestly, probably a lot of questions or in general things that I'm asked is obviously, you know, how much do you make? Oh, well, in general, how much do you make? Or, oh, can you help me out? Like stuff like that. Or they want me to show them exactly like how to start a business. Honestly, probably doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't think, not to be rude, but I don't think most people are about like wanting to learn a lot of that stuff, unfortunately.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say, honestly, they're very supportive, which I'm lucky about. I wouldn't say I honestly didn't have a lot of negativity, which is cool. But with family, I would say it's a little, I don't think we should be open in the sense of saying the monetary value that we actually make. Because I would say I was asked for money quite a bit, which I don't think, I think we should separate that to having a relationship with our family. Yeah. But I would say that was probably not a huge issue, but I was asked that, and it was probably a small issue I did have with some of my family members. So yeah, personally, that was me.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, I mean, you guys hear it. And some people have negative experiences. Some people have really positive, supportive experiences in the beginning. If you're someone with a negative, you could say support system, which is not a support system at all, then just understand it doesn't really fucking matter. Like, it actually doesn't matter whether they are negative or positive, because it's your business. It's going to be your life at the very end. And what you're trying to achieve is a positive result. You're trying to make more money. You're trying to become free so you can actually live in abundance yourself and also help those that you love. So if you don't have a support system, understand, guys, most people don't have a support system. It's literally not the end of the world. Your business should never rely on your family supporting it. Do you understand me? If you are watching this and you think that your business is going to become successful because your family supports it, bro, you've been fed lies. This shit doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter at all. But if you do have a great support system and you have people who love you and they're rooting you and cheering you on, good for fucking you, bro. That is amazing. That is something a lot of people don't have. So let's go. Good shit. Okay, now, boom. How has your mindset shifted now that you're running a real business versus when you were just trying to make like your first sale? How has it shifted?
For me, I would say mindset wise, probably growing a team is probably what I'm looking more for now. I would say before, obviously, you know, you want to run everything or do everything yourself. At a certain point, I feel like when you're trying to grow, and even I would say really big entrepreneurs, really big companies, it's not just one employee, which is the CEO or the founder. There's obviously like a million employees. You can't do everything yourself. I would say that's probably my big mindset thing. Or in general, you know, probably growth-wise I need to do in order to probably make my company even more successful.
So Kenny's answer was lock the fuck in, right? You didn't see him just say, yeah, I'm trying to go get a fucking penthouse and go get a fucking Lamborghini and go to the tropics, right? You just saw him say that he wants to build his team and he wants to continue to advance and get to the next level. So his mindset has shifted from not knowing if it's even real to now living it and wanting to learn and grow even deeper and not getting distracted like I did and like most people get distracted. Because it happens. But that's fucking solid, bro. Stay with that mindset. It's only going to take you to 10 M's, 50 M's, 100 M's, and maybe even more. Yeah. Good shit, bro. All right. Good answer, bro. I really like it, actually. So now, what systems or habits helped you break past being a beginner dropshipper to now scaling and making multiple M's in sales? Daily habits, systems, process, et cetera, et cetera.
For me, daily habits, it's honestly a lot of stuff. In general, yeah, I feel like it's different, but yeah, I feel like you have to have an obsession to like want to be doing stuff every day. Like honestly, like a lot of the repetitive things, like always opening your, you know, laptop, your computer, always checking on stuff. At least for me, I'm honestly like obsessed to a point where like I'm always checking my phone. My girlfriend can attest to this. I'm always looking at my phone, or in general looking at like, you know, oh, have we had sales today? honestly, personally, I hate like if I don't hear like, you know, the cell sound. Yeah, not hearing the cha-ching within a certain amount of times in the day. It's just a personal thing for me. But yeah, I would say for me it's that.
Tell them about your daily habits. What do you do every single day in your business?
Yes, my daily habits. Sorry. Daily habits wise, it's definitely, of course, you know, look at my laptop. And now I do have a couple employees, so now I'm actually able to give, you know, I don't want to say orders. It sounds messed up, but direction into the sense of what I want for my company. Yep. You know, it's because I want to make sure I'm coming across to our people browsing our website as professional, and of course not as a scam company. You know, unfortunately, you do run into that issue a lot when you do start up the high ticket business. But so yeah, I would say that with my employees. After that, it is honestly, I do a lot of sales in the sense of talking to customers every day. That is something I do, or I try to. I do have my employees do so, but honestly, I do still like to reach out to our customers and be personable with a customer. But aside from business wise, I would say that those are like the main things. And of course, I look at my business every day, multiple times. Aside from that, honestly, I feel like health in general for me has also been a different shift since I've started, you know, e-commerce, in the sense of, you know, making sure I work out however many times a day. Personally, I do it like 3 times a day personally. So I would say definitely health makes you a better entrepreneur in the sense, you know, having a clear mind. And in general, you know, you feel good, you know, you want to start the day off good as well, you know. But personal habits also, I mean, aside from that, I would also say like developing hobbies. I do play, you know, basketball, as I think I mentioned earlier. And now I do more like combat sports, not like jiu-jitsu. That's something I have incorporated in my life. And honestly, I love it, honestly. And I would say it does make me a better entrepreneur, in general, a better person, because I feel really good whenever I start my day and such. Sure. So, yeah.
I like it. That's a fucking top tier answer, bro. Because you guys, as Kenny realized, as I realized, like we get so locked the fuck in that we kind of lose who we are, right? Like I lost who I was when I first started this shit because I was just so deep into the laptop lifestyle. That's all I give a fuck about. Kind of lose your personality. Yeah, it gets boring, bro. Like you lose your personality, you stop talking to people, you lose your hobbies, and then all of a sudden everything that you're doing is you're just waking up, opening the laptop until the bedtime, and then you're closing the laptop and doing it all over again. And then you realize that, holy fuck, this isn't all there is to life. Yeah, I'm making money, but your brain doesn't even start to continuously function at the same rate. As humans, bro, mind, body, and soul every day. That will make you a better entrepreneur and business owner. You realize mind, body, and soul makes you a better entrepreneur. If you sit in front of your laptop for 12 hours a day, probably 4 of those hours are really gonna be you locked in, getting deep work done and actually moving your business forward. The other 8 hours is probably you not doing as good of, as effective work. So it literally is more beneficial for you to be physically fit, be deep into your health, be deep into your spirituality, be deep into everything else as well on top of keeping business as your main priority, okay? Don't let them psyop you into stopping you living your fucking life. When you live life, you get a lot more appreciation for the privilege and opportunity that it is to be in business, because it's a fucking privilege and opportunity. Most people don't even have the chance to start a business because they make fucking $300 a month in some other country. All right, so it's truth. It's truth. Don't forget to continue to live your life, because if you forget, then you're gonna literally lose yourself. All right, so
in the beginning you do have to lock in.
Yeah, tell them, say it again.
In the beginning you do have to lock in, though.
Yeah, you still gotta lock the fuck in though, for real. But when you made it, get back to the mind, body, and soul. What's something that you used to do as a dropshipper, whether it be within your products, your site, your ads, suppliers, customer service? What's something you used to do that you probably wouldn't do now? It can even be a thought process, the way of thinking, an action, whatever.
That's a good question. Never thought of that. What is something? You got an answer? Hold on, I got to think. My bad.
So let's say if I wanted to answer that real quick, it would probably be like delegating. When I first started to delegate, when I first got a VA, I probably wouldn't give them as much trust as I did. Well, I don't give them as much trust as I did prior, right?
I never had that issue though.
Yeah, honestly. I did. I did. So there's that. I mean, it is a kind of a complex question. Maybe think of it in a sense of how would you Is there a certain way you approach ads now? Is there a certain way you approach customer service now? Is there a certain way you approach customer conversion rate optimization that you wouldn't have prior? Is there a certain way that you would tell somebody to get into this now as opposed to how you were in the beginning?
All right. Anyways, so for me, I would say something that I value much more now, or just in general, I would say is customer service. Very crucial. Honestly, I would say in any business, and let's say you don't do drop shipping, maybe any other business you want to do, I would say, at least for me now, I make sure I call my customers, make it more personable, because I feel like every business has some sort of, human connection in a sense. I feel like for me, obviously we're an online business. We don't have a physical store where we see customers. So we kind of need to make ourselves a little different than everybody else. So I do make sure to have that certain like human connection kind of point with my store. And aside from that, also collect more reviews. I feel like I always try and make sure I get a review from a customer. Of course, it's not 100%. It's almost impossible. But yeah, get more social proof, I would say, than when I first started, for sure. So yeah, I would say thinking more of a CEO in that sense, like, wanting to grow the company. Because honestly, every business needs to have some sort of like social proof, for sure. A review page is necessary. Everybody literally looks at reviews once they want to buy something. For the first thing they'll look at is reviews and make sure you're a real business. So that's at least what I do now compared to them before.
Good shit. So, yeah. That's good. So he thinks now as a fucking CEO, customer service is priority, because the only reason he makes any money, the only reason anyone in e-commerce makes any money is because we're serving people. We're selling products to real human beings that need to be served correctly. So same thing that I would have gave the same answer. Like when I first started, I didn't really place the customers at the highest priority. And that's the only reason we're making any money. Yeah, it's just the money, right? It's just the fucking sales, cha-ching, right? But the reality is that the only reason those cha-chings happen at all is because there's a human on the other side and trusting our business with that product that they want to get, right? So that's a good fucking answer, bro. Customer service and social proof. Yeah, that right there. Fucking I can't even beat that answer, bro. It's fire. 100%. If you had to mentor your old self from 3 years ago, you yourself, without me, what would be the first 3 things you would teach him?
All right. So for me, the 3 things I would teach my younger self if I was like barely starting, for sure, keep track of numbers. I feel like that's honestly the most important part. Customer service builds a business, in my opinion. It really does. And then I would say the third, at least the third thing, of course, is believing in yourself and trusting yourself in a sense of whatever path you want to take within business. Honestly, and this goes for anything. Let's say I didn't want to do high ticket. Obviously, you want to just believe in yourself and anything you do want to do, honestly, and just doing it to the fullest. I would say those are the 3 main things. But in a sense of high ticket e-commerce, for sure, in my opinion, I would say believe in yourself and also customer service for me, at least, is what's helped our business grow even more. Because I didn't mention it earlier, but I do have a lot of customers who keep coming and in general have spent like over 20,000 just themselves with multiple orders. So I would say customer service is honestly key, honestly. So, yeah.
Good. So you guys see, this is real business mindset development that he just mentioned. Customer service builds a business. Never literally forget that. But I like the last one that you said. That's like literally the most important one, is you have to believe in yourself. Because if Kenny didn't believe in himself at all, he wouldn't even be in this position in the first place. None of this would happen. He'd just be chilling, vibing here in El Paso, doing Lord knows what. Lord knows what. But he decided to believe in himself and put it in his brain. You know what? Like, I can fucking do this. If someone else did this, what's stopping me from doing this? Without Kenny believing in himself, he wouldn't be here at all in the first place. And that's step 1 for every single entrepreneur, aspiring CEO, business owner. You have to actually believe that you're going to be able to do this shit. Because if you don't, and you go into it in a negative perspective, none of the doors that you need to open will become open. None of the mind clicks that you need to happen for you to get to the next stage in your business or the next level, it's not going to happen because you've already put yourself in the frame of mind that you don't even think it's fucking real. You don't even believe that you can make it happen for yourself. So again, it literally all starts in you believing, like deep in your heart and your mind and your soul, that this shit is real and I can make this happen for myself. Because without that, you will never make this happen. It's just not possible. Okay? So perfect. Another perfect answer for my boy. I love it. Good shit, bro. All right. One more question. All right, now, so for your current business, bro, your current store, I'm not going to say the name, but it's doing fucking 300K a month. What is your long-term vision for this business? Is it an exit soon? Is it to grow it to a fucking 9-figure company? What is it?
I would say for sure. Obviously, I've done 7 figures. I would say I want to do at least 8 in a year for sure. So I want to cross 10 million in a year. That's definitely one of my biggest goals, I'd say. Obviously, there's a lot of learning and more systems. Maybe not even systems, but more learning I have to do. More people I have to put in place to help me get there. But I would say for sure that and an exit. Hopefully, I could get a pretty solid exit, which I think I could.
How much you think? Say the number.
I mean, probably at the point that it is right now, I could probably do maybe 2 to 5 million within that range. I would say is an exit that could happen. But obviously, once you get to I would say the 8-figure range, I would want. I mean, my goal is to at least sell above 10 million. That's my goal, and in general, that would help out a lot with me having to provide for my family, which I think is honestly the end goal. Honestly, and of course, being free, and then starting a new venture, maybe even e-com again. But that is my long-term goal, I would say, for the business. But for me, like let's say this year, I honestly want to cross 5 million in sales. That's my personal goal for this year for the business. So, yeah.
See those goals? Everyone needs to raise their fucking goals. Kenny's first goal when he came in was, I just want to make some money and I don't want to be free. Now he's like, yeah, I want to exit for fucking 5 million, 10 million. Okay, so this is the final question. I think you guys are really going to like this one. Kenny, man, if this video were to go viral, right, and every single person in the e-commerce dropshipping community were to see this video, and you could only say one message, just one message to them all, what would that be?
I would say the main thing for me, and honestly anyone that's just starting, I personally think comparison is a thief of joy is the biggest saying that I think I've related to the most. Because obviously when you're starting, you're seeing people do 100K days, maybe even, and you're like, why the hell can I do that? Or it gets you mad not even getting close to that, which I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even done a 100K day. But I would say for sure comparison is the thief of joy is probably my biggest one.
Okay. What would you say to people so they don't compare themselves?
Yes, so I would say everybody has their own journey. I feel like we need to align with that and just continue the journey, and maybe you'll even hit 100K in a day, which honestly, if you keep going, you probably will hit that goal. Honestly, of course, it'll take time. You do have to develop as a person. Your business has to develop, of course, as you keep going. But yeah, within your journey, you'll more than likely hit that goal that you want to hit. But you can't compare yourself to others because obviously they're seasoned. They know a lot more things than you compared to when you're just starting. Yeah, and then probably honestly another thing that I would say is success is a ladder. It's from what I literally yeah, and it can't be climbed with your hands in your pockets is another thing that I'd say. You gotta get the hands dirty. You gotta get your hands dirty.
Wow.
So yeah,
I like
that's a good one.
Wow. So he said if you're not fucking doing shit, you're not getting nowhere. That's what he said. That's the ladder. You have to actually climb it. You have to put in the work. And then, comparison is the thief of joy. Guys, everyone watching this is probably a victim of this. You're watching shit online. You're seeing people travel. Yeah, everyone, dude. You see people travel, make fuck tons of money. You see them, people driving Lambos, whether it be in Miami, LA. Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of you guys don't even realize most of the things you guys are comparing yourselves to aren't even real. It's not even reality. So that's a fucking perfect answer, man. Run your own race, guys. Don't compare yourself to what others are doing, especially if they're on their year 3, year 5, year 10, and you're on your day 1. Okay? Don't allow yourself to tell your
motivation.
Yes, exactly. It needs to be motivation. You should never compare yourself in a negative limelight. If you're ever doing that, it has to be in a positive. Oh, this is possible for this human. It also can be possible for me. But never ever think yourself in a negative way because someone's doing something you haven't. The fact is that they've likely done things that you have not. And that's it. That doesn't make you lesser of a human being. It just means that you're inexperienced. That's it. So, damn, that's a fucking great ass answer, bro. Comparison is a thief of joy, and you can't climb the success ladder with your hands in your pocket. Yo, take that shit to your heart. Take it to your heart. That's fucking good, bro. All right, guys, and last question, which I know you guys probably want to hear. Kenny, how much are you at for the day in your store?
I am at $9,200.
Okay, you wanna show them?
Yes, I will. I will gladly. show you guys. I don't know if they could. That's good. I'll refresh it.
What do we see?
I'll refresh it again.
I think they can see it.
Yeah, they can see it.
I think you can see it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. 9K day. And what's the trophy of war that you have just recently acquired, Mr. Kenny Boy?
A Rolex.
Where is it?
On the
It's on the fucking wrist. Wait a minute. Stay right there, guys. Don't worry about it. I'll bring it to you.
All right.
What is this?
Rolly.
Oh, the staples of war. Let's go. But all right, guys. Without further ado, that's all, guys.
Yes, sir.
I'll see y'all in the next fucking video.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Peace.
Let's get it. All right, bro.